What's up? It's your boy Stevie83 and we're back with another react. You know what I'm saying? Today we're reacting to 3 Chicago rappers that got unalived on a drill. We know what happened to Lil Jeff. We know his infamous story. But the other two in this, I don't know who they are. I don't know what happened to them. So we're going to react to it. Let's get it. Let's go. Hit that like, comment, and share.
Live by the gun, die by the gun.
Woo, that's a serious statement.
The lifestyles we choose to live can often have unintended yet predictable outcomes. The subject of today's video will come face to face with this lesson. In today's video, we'll be telling the stories of 3 rappers that died while in the act of trying to kill another person.
Long live Lil Jeff. Boy, I like to.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to him and me. Okay. Big Bucks
Eloo, real name Elijah McKinney, was from St. Louis, Missouri. Similar to cities like Chicago,
does it say? Oh, it's just rappers. I thought it was Chicago rappers. My B.
According to CBS News, it's the second most dangerous city in America. St. Louis has heavy gang activity going on, and Eloo was involved. He was a member of a gang called Big Bucks. Big Bucks primarily consists of 6 Deuce Crips, and they reside on Solway Avenue in North St. Louis. Eloo was known for allegedly being a top shooter in his crew and was thirsty to go
not
after his
only
opposition.
A shooter, but one of the tops.
Similar to many cities with heavy gang activity, contained many gang members that also rapped. Eloo was a drill rapper, and his songs primarily served as disses to his ops and described his life in the streets.
That's crazy. That op dissing is crazy.
On December 5th,
they get you killed quick.
Eloo lost a close friend of his named Rookie, named Damani H, who died as a result of a drive-by shooting. It's rumored that members of the 6 were allegedly responsible for this. More specifically, a rapper from the 6 named KB6. Years down the line, Eloo would run into KB6 and would go on a wild mission to kill him in order to avenge Rookie. That mission would ultimately cost Eloo his life.
Dang.
To that breaking news we are covering for you in St. Louis. Police telling us several people have been shot and 3 of them have died. This happened just before 2 o'clock this afternoon in the Walnut Park West neighborhood.
On July 29th, 2020, Eloo, his friend named Daysab, real name Dejan Nearing, and another friend named J2Z, real name Joshua Emerson, were in a stolen car riding through the 5500 block of
Woo! Look at the shells out there. There was 2 Drakeys in that fight.
Eloo was the driver, Daysab was in the front passenger seat, and J2Z was in the back. As they were driving, they spotted KB. Upon spotting him, they opened fire, shooting him multiple times.
Dang.
Members of the 6 were in the area and started shooting back at Eloo and his crew, leading to a full-blown shootout. People who lived nearby told police they heard non-stop gunshots. During this shootout, both Eloo, Daysab, and J2Z were all shot repeatedly. In the aftermath, KB, Eloo, and Daysab were all pronounced dead at the scene. KB was just 22 years old, and Eloo and Daysab were just 18 years old.
Dang, they ops was happy. They called 3.
Was taken to the hospital and ultimately survived his injuries.
Yeah, I got the new hats, right?
And Daysab were charged, most likely due to self-defense. J2Z was actually the one charged with all 3 murders. He was officially charged with 1 count of first-degree murder for the death of KB and 2 counts of second-degree murder for the deaths of Eloo and Daysab.
What?
Missouri law allows prosecutors to file murder charges if someone dies during the commission of a felony, even if the defendant did not directly cause the death. After 3 years, those charges were ultimately dismissed without prejudice.
Pray for the boy. I said a little prayer right there real quick for him.
The reason Jay's charges were dropped is because all of the possible witnesses refused to respond and show up to court. In the end, Eloo achieved his goal of killing his bitter enemy, but suffered the ultimate consequence as a result.
Dang, my boy got slayed.
Blumberg Geez, real name Anthony Watson, was from North Philadelphia. He was a member of a set called Blumberg, also known as the Black Flags. The Black Flags primarily beef with Zoo Gang, Diamond Street, and Burke Street /2418. Blumberg Geez would eventually start rapping and built a reputation for himself in the streets. Most of his songs were about killing his enemies. He was was known for always being willing to go on a drill and never hesitating to fire his gun. This mentality would lead to
like
Jeez
you got a
getting
whole city full of people like that.
On August 23rd, 2020, a rival gang member to G's named Little Ranger, real name Hayward Garrison, was in the 2200
Little
block
Ranger
of Street just after 1 a.m. when a gunman pulled up and opened fire. Little Ranger was struck, then he reportedly ran to the corner of Van Pelt and Diamond Street where he collapsed and was quickly picked up by a passing vehicle.
That's
While
another
the car
one.
was driving to the hospital, the occupants flagged down a police cruiser that was responding to the shooting. Little Ranger was placed in the police car and taken to Temple Hospital, where he passed away just after 1:30 a.m. at just 16 years old. Blumberg Geez was allegedly the gunman in this incident. It is widely rumored that Little Ranger allegedly killed a Black Flag member named 40 earlier that year, and this is why Blumberg Geez allegedly killed him.
Damn, he looked like Unk status, and little boy put him down.
In March of 2022, and he was placed on Philadelphia's most wanted list. Rather than turn himself in,
damn, hold up, let's see that.
Placed on Philadelphia.
Let's see that. Okay. This dude up here probably got some crazy shit. They look like a strapping young bunch of ladies and gentlemen right there. Look like they could be good citizens.
His most wanted list. Rather than turn himself in, Geez would go on the run. While on the run, he didn't keep a low profile. Similar to the rapper Take K, he continued to make music and post music videos on his YouTube channel, despite the fact that he was on the most wanted list and the police were looking for him. Geez was on.
Can we say El Bozo?
On the run for over a year, but was never caught.
Dang, he made it a year. Salute to my boy.
Chance to arrest him, as Geez would lose his life while attempting to kill one of his enemies. On May 31st, 2023, Geez
when are we gonna get it together?
The Zoo Gang in the 1800 block of North Woodstock Street just after 8:15 p.m. Once spotting some of his ops, gunfire erupted. In the aftermath, Geez was shot once in the head and was then rushed to Temple University Hospital. 4 hours later, he would succumb to his injuries and be officially pronounced dead at just 21 years old.
There's another one.
Members of Zoo Gang would claim that they were the ones that killed Geez as he tried to slide on them. But members of the Black Flags and people online would claim that Geez was accidentally killed by friendly fire by the person he was sliding with. The truth of what happened has not yet been officially confirmed.
No way, bro. Not your homeboy put you down from friendly fire.
Bloodhound.
Hey, I seen a video today. It was on my feed. Said Lil Jeff alive. I'm gonna put that out there.
Jeffrey Harris is a rapper and gang member from the east side of Chicago. He had two brothers and was raised primarily by his mother, as his dad wasn't really around. He quit playing basketball after he didn't make the varsity team, so he looked for something else to do with his life. His rough upbringing led to him gravitating towards the streets. When Jeff was just 14 years old, his house was shot up and a bullet flew by his face, nearly hitting him. His older brother was active in the streets and would introduce Jeff to it. He officially jumped off the porch at 18 years old. Jeff was a member of Hill City / Bloodhound, which claims the area of 79th and Maryland. They beef with BKN, Trap City, TYMB, 8 Trey Mob, and 800.
Everybody in the city.
He got a bullet tattooed on his face, but was always on Instagram Live dropping his location and displaying heavy artillery. Little Jeff became well known because he openly bragged on numerous occasions that he killed over 10 people and that he was a top killer in Chicago.
Damn!
Is with another group called Trap City. Trap City and the Bloodhounds actually used to be cool with each other, but according to an interview Trap City members did, the beef started after members of the Bloodhounds allegedly stole a chain from a Trap City member.
Lil Jeff put that work in, took that boy chain.
And eventually things escalated to bloodshed.
March
16, 2023,
family fed.
The Bloodhounds named Zaire Nelson was shot and killed. It is widely believed that Trap City was allegedly responsible for this murder.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That the death of Z Money
I ain't gonna lie to you.
And made him cold-hearted. About 3 months later,
all them boys right there are probably
Money's death. On June
Illers.
25th,
They're probably all
2023,
illers.
a Trap City member named Leo, or named
Leo,
had just got into the back seat of a Lyft ride in the 1300 block of West Taylor Street in Little Italy just before 9 p.m. Someone inside hopped in.
Man, they put whoever it is got good aim on them. Good aim. Good aim.
Leo was shot multiple times and rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead at just 19 years old.
Dang.
Lil Jeff and other members of Bloodhound went on social media and pretty much openly confessed to being responsible for Leo's murder and that it was Get Back for Z Money. Following this incident, Lil Jeff would continue to kill.
Z Money got a lot of
used to be cool with the members of
bodies up under his name.
There's videos of Jeff online hanging out with them. Well, everything changed after Jeff was allegedly robbed at BKN members for his watches. This made him want to get back at them as soon as possible.
As soon as
He would
possible.
allegedly do so in a horrific manner. On January 26, 2024, a BKN member named Monty, or named Ontario Williams, and another young man named
Sorry, I had to plug my camera up.
Robert Boston were standing outside of their school, Innovations High School, when a group of masked gunmen jumped out of two vehicles.
Man down!
The gunmen let off dozens of shots, striking Monty and Little Rob multiple times in the chest. Both were rushed to the hospital, where Monty would be pronounced dead at just 17 years old, and Little Rob would be pronounced dead at just 16 years old. Following this double homicide, Little Jeff went on social media, openly bragging about being responsible, claiming that he and his crew killed them because they stole from him. Jeff had already started rapping at this
Dang,
point,
I remember when that happened.
Success.
They got on Lil Jeff and them.
About this double murder actually made him go viral online, and all of his music began to boost in popularity. As his music was rising in popularity, and people began to learn of his story and claims of allegedly having over 10 bodies, Jeff's fame continued to grow at a fast pace. Despite his rising fame and finances, Lil Jeff could never get over his bloodthirst, especially for members of Trap City.
See, I can't. When I was young, we didn't have this internet stuff, so it's harder for me to get noticed.
6600 block of South Roads at 5:14 p.m. with other members of the Bloodhounds looking for Trap City members. Once they spotted one, Lil Jeff hopped out of the car shooting and chased his victim into a house. Once he reached the steps of the house, someone within the house returned fire and shot Jeff in the chest. The shooter then stood over Jeff and shot him up to 15 times.
It was 19 actually, but we ain't counting.
It was too late. Once the gunfire ended, Jeff's crew transported him to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead at just 21 years old.
Wow, man.
Shootout was caught
That's another one.
And the footage went viral online. A member of Trap City named Rob is believed to be the gunman that killed Jeff. Rob is currently locked up for a separate gun charge. He was not charged with the murder of Jeff, likely due to Chicago's mutual combat law.
Dang, they need to get rid of that.
Chicago shootouts in the past. Following his death, Lil Jeff's notoriety has grown to new heights, and he has become the face of modern drill music. This lifestyle is crazy. There's truly no winners. It seems like everyone's story ends in one or two sad outcomes.
Jail or dead.
Out of the streets. RIP to everyone who passed away in this video.
RIP, that's gonna do it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. We're out here.